can rent those out.
Right.
You can rent those out. So is that an option? The
Yes,
duffel
Vinita.
that,
That's an option. So for everyone else also, your bigger bag that will go with the porter essentially needs to be a duffel bag or a rucksack, which doesn't have hard wheels so that it doesn't hurt the porter. So there is an
yeah.
option to rent in case you don't have a duffel bag for the trek, the bigger one, which can be about, let's say, 80 liters. Yes, there is an
Mm.
option that you can rent it from Kathmandu. We'll put the rental amount on the group. You don't need to buy it. So in that case, what you can do is that you can actually carry your entire trekking gear in a big suitcase, get it to Kathmandu, and then from there, when you rent a duffel, you can always just transfer all your trekking gear into the duffel bag. And in any case, we recommend that you should leave something behind in Kathmandu in terms of either a big bag or a small bag, with your extra clothes and shoes and all that that you don't need on the trek. So that option is there for everyone. So you can always just rent from Kathmandu and then just transfer the stuff and then transfer it back after the trek.
Okay. And if it's not a double bag, sorry, a duffel bag, but a rucksack with proper, um, you know, shoulder straps, those are fine as well, right?
Yeah, those are fine as well. Absolutely. But so the thing is that
With no
for a
weight.
porter who's carrying the bag, it doesn't matter if it's a duffel or a rucksack because even the porter doesn't wear it like a rucksack like the way we will do. They typically
Okay.
just tie the two bags together and they usually carry the weight on their shoulders, on their head. What matters is
Okay.
that it has to be soft, flexible material without any
Okay.
hard wheels.
And about 80 liters you mentioned.
Yeah, so it's more the weight limit is about 12 kgs. So
Okay.
typically a 80-liter bag can accommodate up to 12 kgs easily.
Okay. And since we're a family of four, what we do have padded jackets, etc. But just to be sure that we have the right the kind that we need, which is minus 10 degrees, the ones that can take. So we are looking at renting the a wind cheater as well as the down jacket. So instead of purchasing them, because there's too much stuff already we have at home, it just may not be suitable for the altitude that we are going for.
Right.
So renting that on the first day that we come on 10th is possible, right?
Yes. So, Vinita, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You may not be able to rent a wind cheater,
Okay.
um, like an outer layer, but we can look for it. Down jacket you can definitely rent. That's not a
Okay.
problem. A down jacket is usually a little more expensive item, so they're
Yeah.
available on rental. Wind cheater,
Okay.
what we'll do is that it's good that you're coming on the 10th. Our staff will take you around. We'll look for one. If you're not able to find one, then we can also
Yeah.
find some reasonable options to buy it. But down jacket
Okay.
you will be able to rent.
So we need a separate poncho and we need a wind jacket, right?
A poncho honestly is really optional. Like I don't carry one because at any point we are not expecting heavy rain in the region. We're only
Okay.
expecting either slight drizzle or snowfall, which a good outer shell can take care of. The
Okay.
thing with the poncho is that poncho actually is a very lightweight thing also. And if you already
Yeah.
have one, then just put it in your bag. It's always good to have.
Yeah, we just have a one good one between the four of us. So for the remaining, we were thinking of purchasing or
Yes, it's a very reasonable and a lightweight item, so it's good to buy.
good to buy. Okay.
One
Uh,
question regarding this poncho.
Yes,
Instead of
Vinny.
poncho, if you have a rain jacket,
Mm-hmm.
rain jacket and rain pants.
That works. That
Uh,
Vinay works also. That's not a problem. It's just that a rain jacket and a rain pant side sometimes it can become a little heavier to carry as compared to a poncho. But the
yeah.
purpose of them of the both are the same. So it's not a problem. Both are good. It's just that poncho is a lighter thing and the combination of a upper and a lower can be slightly heavier in terms of the weight.
okay.
Okay, sorry, Saraj, one quick question.
Yes,
What
Gaurav.
are the payment options available in Nepal? Means, will the normal credit card work, GPay work, and where do you recommend to do the currency exchange or the Indian currency works over there?
No,
How do
Gaurav, good
you
question
Good
because
question.
some
Because
some other people also had this question. So essentially, the way the currency works and the way the payment options will work is that you can carry Indian currency, and in the shops in Kathmandu, in the tourist area, basically anywhere in Kathmandu, rather, Indian currency will work. So if you walk into a shop and you buy something for 800 Nepali rupees or 700 Nepali rupees, you give him 500 Indian rupees, he will accept it. Um, but in the mountains, Indian currency will not work at all. So for that, you do need to change money. Where can you change money? There are two options. One, there are money changers on the street, like literally every like 500 meters, you'll find one because it is the tourist district. Also, our office can exchange money and we can give it to you as well. So, for example, if you give me 5,000 Indian rupees, I will give you equivalent of Nepali rupees for that when you come. So, changing money is not a problem. When it comes to credit card or cash or GPay in terms of the payment options, uh, we will highly recommend only cash. The reason for that is that GPay doesn't work. Like Nepal obviously has its own digital payment system. Even though theoretically the Indian government last year did announce that UPI will start working in Nepal, the acceptance of that has been very limited. So I have actually found only one or two shops where they actually accept Indian UPI. So credit cards also don't really work because most of these vendors are very small time and they've not gone in for credit card options. So Nepal is a little more primitive right now in their payment systems. So if you're looking to shop, or there are some items that you may want to buy, trekking or non-trekking related, cash is the recommended option in Kathmandu and definitely on the trek, so it has to be only cash.
Can I
Okay,
go back to
thanks.
my question? Yeah.
Exchanging at the
So,
airport.
Yes, Vinay, that is also fine. Exchanging at the airport is also absolutely okay.
yeah. The second question I had was you've mentioned knee guards. Is it recommended to wear them through and through, or reserve them for descent only, or to be decided by each person what they feel is best for them?
Sorry, Vinita, can you say that again?
The knee guards,
The knee guards. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the knee
you
guards is
recommend
something
everyone
that
to carry them anyway and use them anyway, or when do you decide to use them?
no, so you don't, not everybody needs to really carry. If you've had, for everyone who's on the call, if you've had like a pre-existing knee injury or a knee issue, or had an experience where coming down for more than 4 to 6 hours can have some stress on your knees, then definitely carry one. And of course, the usage of it, Vinita, as you rightly said, it's more of a personal choice. What we do recommend highly for everyone is to definitely carry a trekking pole, which you can also buy in Kathmandu at a very reasonable price. So it's not a problem. But the trekking pole also sometimes absorbs, some weight off your knee, especially while going down. So a knee guard is, it's good to carry. It's a personal choice, but trekking pole is something that we recommend that everyone should have.
And can we rent those as well? Because carrying back 8 of them will be quite a bit to carry. They tend to get bent. I've got last time I was in Kathmandu, they didn't come back in the shape I brought them.
Trekking poles, unfortunately, are also not available for rental because you usually get them for, let's say, 500 to 600 Nepali rupees. So
Hmm.
typically, that's about 350 to 400 Indian rupees on a higher side. So because it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a, more reasonably priced item,
It's not, yeah, for us,
also
it's not the cost, it's the numbers that we
volume
have, but
of it.
that's
But
fine.
also sometimes, not everybody is used to walking with two trekking poles.
Hmm.
You would see a lot of the Firangs travel like trekking with going tuck 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 tuck, and they've been able to get into a rhythm over the years. They've been hiking, let's say. But if you are not used to really using trekking poles regularly on your hikes, then you can always get one. The good thing is that shopping options are also available in Lukla and in Namche. So after your day one and day two of the trek, if you feel that, listen, I think I should get a poncho, or listen, I feel I'm already feeling cold, let me get an extra cap, or I think I should get two trekking poles, every single thing you can buy in Namchi as well. So day one, day two actually become like a really good testing period for the trek for whatever you need. And Namchi, you can literally kind of re-kit yourself. Every single thing is available in Namchi to buy.
Okay.
One thing I would like to add here on tracking pole, Vinita,
Yes.
for everybody's benefit. While climbing, trekking poles virtually reduces 20 to 25% of your pressure on your legs, and
Yes.
it's a great help. I have experienced that couple of times. Highly recommend.
Okay. Yeah.
Have a trekking pole, and descending also, your weight reduction on your knees goes down by 25%.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. We will be getting, I'm
Yeah.
getting two for sure. Um, the next quick question is there are energy friends who've gone on EBC have mentioned that the last couple of days get quite intense in terms of fatigue, energy dropping, and they found some gels which were very useful. Any recommendations, any your opinion on it, and which ones if you say they're okay?
Yes, so both energy gels and comfort food both are important, and I'll tell you why. Um, the thing is that energy gels become a little more specialized because the ones that I have used on some climbs are called GU gels. You also get, I think, fasten up gels. So it's always good to carry a few. It's not a problem. There's no harm. If it's something small and portable which can energize you, then yes, the last few days you will need that energy. So dates are great, some dry fruits are great. Energy gels, absolutely. Again, it's a personal choice. It's good to carry. But sometimes what happens is that you end up eating so much of sweet things like protein bars, chocolates, dates, raisins, that your body is also then craving some comfort savory, which as Indians we're kind of used to. So do carry some small, peanuts or one packet out of, let's say, kaju with some masala, or if somebody can get theplas, then that's great as well. But yes, energy gels, of course, it's a good thing to carry.
Okay.
You
And
remember the Thepla from Markha Valley, I think.
Yeah. Reshma, your trail.
Yeah. Yeah, okay,
um,
finish, Vanita. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. 11th, around what time? Because we wanted to spend some time on 11th in the morning for some local sightseeing in Kathmandu. So, on 11th, what time should we be ready to leave? Because that's the day we are leaving for the airport.
Yeah, so we'll have a team briefing on the 11th only by about 6 in the evening after everybody arrives. And we have to leave for Ramechhap only by about 12:30 or 1 in the morning, depending on the weather that day and at what time exactly the flight scheduled. Our flight will be mostly scheduled between 6:30 and 7:30. But what time our flight is exactly scheduled, we should be leaving, let's say, only by about 12:30 in the night. And it's going to be a 6 to 7 hour driving time. So
Uh,
you just need to make yourself free after 6 in the evening to attend the team briefing and then pack and then leave for the airport. So the first half till 5:30, you will have time to yourself.
all right. And the payment schedule, you let us know because we've paid a long time back and after that we haven't paid.
Yes. So my team will be sending out balance payment emails to all of you in the coming week with
Okay.
different options of payments as well. And that is something that we will send you, and we can discuss that individually as well. Not a problem.
I'm done with my questions. Thank you.
No problems. Shivanjali, you have a question. What are the things that we can put in our duffel bag? And what will go in the carry? Also, where will our stuff be left behind in Kathmandu? Also, let me know about the visa. Okay, great. So the thing is that I'll start with the day pack, Shivanjali. So your day pack essentially will be a 3 to 5 kg bag, which will typically have four important things. Your water bottles, 2 liters of water you should be carrying. It'll have your phone, your snacks, your passport, and an extra jacket. At any given point of time, you always need to carry an extra jacket in your day pack. The other typical things you will have in your day pack, of course, if you need to carry something extra, some snacks or something like that, your sunscreen will be there. So these things will get added. Your duffel bag will be according to the packing list that we will send you. It'll typically have your clothing for those 10 days. So let's say, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say 6 to 7 t-shirts, 2 to 3 trekking pants, 1 or 2 jackets, one separate pair of your nightwear to sleep, some snacks extra, so that will be your bigger duffel that the porter will carry. And as I said, we will send you a packing list and you pack according to that. You can leave your stuff behind in Kathmandu. In fact, as I said, we recommend that everybody leaves something behind in Kathmandu, either in a small bag or a overnighter suitcase, it is usually left in the cloakroom of the hotel, and it's absolutely safe because it's a common practice there. So all trekkers do leave stuff behind, because the weight limit is 12 kgs, and we don't want the porter to be carrying anything unnecessary, because the poor thing is human carrying everything. Anything unnecessary that you may not need, we highly recommend that you leave it behind in Kathmandu. If you are an Indian passport holder, for anybody who's an Indian passport holder, you don't need any form of visa to enter Nepal. It's almost as if you're flying domestic. Of course, they check your passport. There will be an exit immigration stamp that will happen in India immigration. When you land, you directly walk into the immigration. They will just stamp your passport again with entry. There is no paperwork, there are no formalities to be done, and you just walk out of the airport after you collect your bags. When you walk out of the airport, you will see somebody holding an Adventure Pulse placard, a small banner, and there will be somebody who will be there to pick you up, and then they will get you to the hotel.
Thank you.
No problem.
Saurabh,
So,
what about drinking water over there? Should we just be buying Bisleri or be using those tablets, those
um,
purification tablets?
well, Reshma, that's a very good question. So, our staff will be carrying water purification drops. We don't really recommend buying Bisleri. Actually, we do at one place, and I will give you a background of that. And good you asked this question. Throughout, we've been running this trek now for the last 14, 15 years. We've never really had a problem with water. We usually fill the water in the kitchen of the lodge. You give it to the staff and they will fill it for you. And then you put like 2 drops of that water purification, and the water is good to drink. So you will never have a problem. The only place that we recommend that you actually buy mineral water is the last day in Gorakshep, where you're spending one night before Everest Base Camp, because there fresh water sources are also not available. So they have water available, but it's stored water, and sometimes it may not be the most hygienic. But other than Gorakshep, there is no other place that you need to even think of buying mineral water. The water purification drops work absolutely fine. And in Gorakshep, I will, as I said, I will personally also remind you that listen here, don't take a chance. Either just buy hot water or buy a bottle of water. Other than that, you're fine.
And do you advise taking travel insurance also?
Travel insurance, yes, you can. But the insurance will work in two ways. One is the adventure insurance, one is the travel insurance. So a regular travel insurance, Reshma, will not cover your helicopter evac.
No, no, I mean the adventure sports cover 360. I'd taken last time even for Marka.
Yeah, so in Marka, honestly, there
Those,
was not much of use also, but here it will be
yeah.
because helicopters are available. And there
Hmm.
have been cases where people have used that facility. So I can just go by experience and statistics. Typically, if 10 people trek with us, 7 don't buy insurance, 3 do. And the reason that they don't buy insurance is also there is because one, you're well connected, and two, the helicopters are available. So in case of an emergency, you can always call one and you can fly out. Of course, it does become expensive, but those facilities are there. The 2 or 3 who buy insurance, which is also absolutely good. It's a good practice. There's nothing wrong with it. So it is a personal choice. Um, if you want to buy it, if it's come to your mind, then I would say go ahead and buy it. If somebody's thinking of not buying it, as I said, statistically, most people don't buy it as well. So you're absolutely okay, really.
One, Suraj, I have to rush, so I will go off. Just one last question. For coming down, supposing if we don't want to walk down all those long distances down, and we would like to take helicopter or this thing, so what is the situation there?
Yes, Vinay. So, in fact, trekking up and flying down is actually a common option. And I'm not sure, but I think 1 or 2 people in this group also have already kind of opted for that, where they trek up 8 days and the ninth day they fly back. So, that option is there. But Vinay, that option is available to you at any point of time. So, you don't need to confirm it now also. So, even on the last day when you're reaching Everest Base Camp, and one is, let's say, feeling exhausted or unwell and it doesn't want to walk back, we can organize a helicopter for you the next day only. The pricing may vary 5% here and there, If somebody's pre-booking, they may get it for 10 rupees and you may get it for 11 or 12 rupees. But that option will always be there and we can always organize it even last minute. So you don't need to kind of book it right now, but that facility will be available to you at any point.
Okay. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I would like to take your leave. I have some work, so I'll catch up with you maybe on some another Zoom call sometime later
Or on the trail, Vinay. We'll see you on the trail,
or on the
on the
trail.
trek.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Vinay.
Thanks,
Um,
thanks.
Shivanjali, to answer your question, where do you get this from? Yes, we can send you the details. We will send you a link of the insurance company. You can read the terms and conditions on their website. As Reshma said, it's called ASC 360, but we will send you the link as well. And of course, you can have a look at that. And, if you want, we can speak about it again as well. I'm just going to address this question by Surbi and by Margi as well. Margi said, what are the different kind of medicines to carry? Margi, that's a good question. So as Vinay said in the beginning, our team will actually be carrying a elaborate medical kit, which will have everything from, let's say, Diamox to a paracetamol to regular painkillers and stuff like that. But this will all be generic medicines. So for example, we'll be carrying, let's say, a Brufen for painkiller. We'll be carrying a muscle relaxant. We'll be carrying a Disprin or a Saradon for a headache. We will be carrying a Dimox, we'll be carrying something for diarrhea. So we will have all that. But having said that, we still do recommend that you do carry some small basic medicines with you. Of course, if you're taking some personal medication for something, that is something that you do need to carry in any case. But it's always good to have one or two extra medicines with you. Typically your body knows that, listen, I think I'm prone to, like, my stomach is a little too sensitive. Or if with too much
Yeah.
sun exposure, I tend to get a headache by the end of the day, and this one works for me better than this one. So in that case, do keep a small set of medicines with you. At any point of
Mm,
time, that
sure.
becomes
Mm.
extremely important. It's a good question.
Yeah,
Surbi,
thank
are
you.
sleeping bags needed? It's a good question. One would imagine that in the lodges you won't need it. So the thing is that in these lodges, when you're staying, every day the lodge is giving you a blanket as well or a quilt. So on most days, you are actually very comfortable with that. The problem is, again, the last 2 days that we've been bringing up again and again, which is Labuche and Gorak shape. One, it becomes extremely cold, and also, sometimes these blankets may not be the most cleanest and hygienic in Labucha and Gorakshep. And I'm being honest with you. Unfortunately, there are things that we don't control. It's directly to do with the lodge. So it's always good to have a sleeping bag that you may be using in the last 2 to 3 days. So even though you're carrying it for 11 days, you're only using it for 3 days. But trust me, for those 3 days, it's good to have. So you can always rent a sleeping bag from Kathmandu. You can either rent it from a shop, you can rent it from our office, or if you have your own sleeping bag, you can carry it as well. That's not a problem, but it's good to have one. Vinita, in terms of the gaiters and the micro spikes, gaiters are something that you don't really need. For micro spikes, what we'll do is that we will actually take a call by the 5th of May, because one more team is leaving for EBC today. Depending on the snow conditions they've had, we will let you know whether you need micro spikes or not. In case you need micro spikes, we will make them available for rental in Kathmandu. So you don't need to buy them in any case, but also we will update you by like 5th, 6th May, once this group finishes as to how it's really looking. All right, great people. So I think, if there are any more questions, please go ahead and ask. We still have another 5 minutes on the call. We'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, so sorry, I
Uh,
just missed the sleeping bag bit. Just wanted to confirm, um, any kind will do, or you need those to be those minus 10-degree kind of specification ones?
Um, no, so some specification is required, Vinita. So typically something that will support up to 0 or -5 should be
Okay,
good.
all right.
but
And this,
sleeping bag we can rent there, right?
Yes,
We
Anand.
don't have to.
Yes, Anand. Sleeping
Okay.
bag you can rent there. You don't have to buy it. We'll make it available for rent. And if you tell us beforehand only that you want, then you won't even have to go looking for it. We'll just make sure that it's already in the hotel and you can just keep it with you. So if you want it for rental, my team will also actually reach out to ask you whether you want a sleeping bag on rent. You can just say yes or no, and we'll make it available.
And you'll share the purification drops, the name.
So Vinita, honestly, we use a local brand in Nepal, uh,
Okay.
which we buy it from there only from the chemists. But
Okay.
honestly, there is the composition usually is the same. So there
Okay.
is no particular brand really. So if you're planning to carry one, you can just go to the chemist and say that, you just need water purification drops. And honestly, that's
Okay.
good enough. But also, as I said, you don't need to really carry. Our staff will be carrying as such. But if you plan to
Okay.
carry, then anyone is okay.
Fine. Thank you.
Hi, Saurabh. I have a couple of questions. Meera
Yes,
here.
Meera.
So, Saurabh, yesterday I got to know that I had booked Bangalore to Kathmandu onwards and return. But yesterday I got to know that my both flights got cancelled.
Okay.
So I'll be booking the new ones. So prior I got to know that I should be in Kathmandu by 2 p.m. at the max on
Correct.
11th. So now, I'm just asking you till what time I should be there. I'm just finding the flights, connecting flights and all, but just wanted to know that what is the maximum time I should be there. I know that you have mentioned that 6 p.m. will be having a briefing. So yeah.
Meera, honestly, in such a case, don't worry. This is just a recommendation from our side that you should usually be there by 2 or 3 in the afternoon because then you get to the hotel by 4 and then you have 2, 3 hours for shopping and to attend the team briefing. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
if flights are something which are not in your hands directly, so if you are able to reach by 2 p.m., 3 p.m., it's great. If you
Mm-hmm.
are also reaching by 6 or 7 p.m., Mira, that is also fine because see the thing is that we will be leaving for our drive to the Ramechhap airport by about 12:30 in the night. So
Okay.
even if you come in by 8 p.m., 9 p.m. also is okay because even if you miss the team debriefing, it's okay really. Like, we can always speak to you separately every day. Also, we will be doing a briefing. So you're not missing out on something very major. So, but what
Okay.
is important is that you get a flight which is reasonable and convenient. And whenever you're able to get in, our team will be there to support you. So, I would
Okay.
say pushing it up to 8 p.m. also you're okay because you have to keep some buffer also. What if the flight is only further delayed? Then it'll become a problem. But preferably if you can come by 2 p.m., 3 p.m., that's great, but later is also okay. So don't worry. Whatever you're getting, you let us know and then you can book it.
Okay. And another question that how many, I mean, to say female solo trekkers are in the group because I'll be traveling solo now or I'll be doing solo. Just wanted to know about that.
Mira, nothing to worry. As far as I know, there are at least 5 to 6 female trekkers in this group. We have
Okay.
Reshma on the call, we have Shivanjali on the call, we have Margi on the call, we have Surbi, we have Vinita as well. And I'm sorry if I'm not taking all the names, ladies, but there are at least 5 to 6, if not more. So I would say
Okay.
typically the ratios are 50-50. Let's say out of 12, we have at least 5 to 6 female participants and equal number of male participants.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, I don't have yeah, I'm good now. Thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you all.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think if nobody has any more questions, maybe in interest of time, we've been on the call for 1 hour, but thank you for the interaction. I feel that we had some great questions, even though you directly may not have asked them. Other people asked a lot of questions, and I think a lot of the topics did get covered. The idea going forward will be that the WhatsApp group will be more active. And please don't hesitate to post any kind of a question on the WhatsApp group because trust me, whatever you are thinking, someone else is also thinking. So just put it on the group. We will keep it active. We will keep answering questions, answers, and we will keep sharing more information with you. So I think we'll continue to interact on the WhatsApp group, and we wish you all the best for your physical fitness preparation for the next 3 weeks.
I have that last piece on the physical fitness again. So it's, uh, Can you repeat that? I mean, you mentioned 30 floors and then you suddenly jumped to 70 floors. So I wanted to share what number I'm looking at.
No, no, Anand. Honestly, the idea is to do whatever you're comfortable with. I was saying that let's say
Right.
if you're already doing 10 floors into five times, 50 floors, and if you increase it by one floor every week for the next 3 weeks, then the next week you do 60, then you do 70 kind of a thing. But the idea is not to get to 70 floors if you're just starting right now, let's say the staircase climbing. The idea is to gradually do it. So honestly, even if you're only doing 3 floors right now and you're doing 30 floors, you can increase it to 40 the next week, and then by the time you are in May, you'll be on 50 floors. Basically, the idea is essentially that you indulge in some form of cardio activity at least for 4 to 5 days in a week for the next 3 weeks. That is the crux of it. Whatever activity you're comfortable with, do it for an hour so that your body is getting tuned to like doing regular cardio for 5 days a week. That's the rhythm we basically need to get into.
Okay. Okay. I have tons of questions, but I think I'll wait and process all the information that you have shared, then come back. I
Yes,
think it was
Anand.
great.
I can get on a call with you separately as well, or for anybody, if somebody wants to get on a call, please drop us a message on the group, and either me or Lavina or somebody will directly call you and also speak to you. So that's not a problem at all.
Awesome. Thank you. This works. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you all in a month or so.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Saurash.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yes, Saurabh.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.